Some homeowners are changing their shoreline and landscape to make them more attractive and to benefit fish and wildlife. Joanna Buehler owns a home on the Lake Sammamish shoreline. Over the years, she has transformed her landscape and shoreline.
It was totally naked. It was grass almost all the way down. There were no trees, and leftover mint and buttercups, I think, was about all that was here. Initially, I put in a couple of trees up here and some trees over there, and it was mainly grass. And then there were a few shrubs that came along the shoreline. And then in iterations, I started adding things. I wanted to make something that was beautiful. I also wanted to make sure that I had a wildlife backyard. I've got, 24 species of birds here. And I also have beavers, river otters, muskrat, rabbits. There's a lot of wildlife here. It's just fantastic. I mean, I love it. I swear, where else in the world could you be that you would have both bald eagles and hummingbirds in the same yard at the same time, even at Christmas time? Fish fry, the tiny little fish, need to have shoreline. They need that shoreline vegetation where they can hide and the bigger fish can't get them. They also need to have the shade, so the from trees and bushes that overhang the water, so that it's both shade and the insects will fall off, and that provides food. If you look around the shoreline, there's very little shoreline shade or native plants, which, for the fish or for the other creatures. So that was why I went predominantly with the natives. I did, however, add some exotics, like hydrangeas and things like that, just to give it a bit more splash of color. The black cottonwood have such an amazing root structure that they really hold that shoreline together. And the red and yellow twig dogwoods also do the same. They are phenomenal at keeping everything together. So my shoreline really does not erode because the plant roots are holding it all together. Whereas the ones that are next door to me, that almost all of them have got some small bulkheading, but where the grass meets the water, you've got constant erosion, which is putting soil and junk into the lake. When my kids were younger, they were always on the beach. They used to be out there, and then as they grew, we've had sailboards and things like that. It's a wonderful place to grow up, and then, we're out on the dock. And now I take a glass of wine out to the dock, and that's probably the way I use it most. Oh, most people come here and say, what an absolute paradise. I love having people here to share this place with them. I would recommend, put the buffer there because you have a much richer environment. You will have the pleasure of more wildlife in your garden, for one thing, but you're also protecting the lake that you live on.
Green shorelines are more attractive and safer for kids and pets. They provide easier water access and critical habitat for endangered salmon and other wildlife. If you're interested in a green shoreline at your home, visit this website for more information.